Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Seattle Stitcher. My name is Megan. You can find me on Instagram as Megan_Babauta_, on Ravelry as MamaMadeVM. You can email me at theseattlestitcher@gmail.com. All my other social media links will be in the down bar below, so if you're interested, you can take a look there. But as I say, you are all very, very welcome here. A few apologies from the start. I do have my machine, like my laundry and my washer going, my dishwasher I mean. So I'm sorry for the background noise, but I have time to film right now. My husband took our daughter to kids club at the gym, so I want to film. But yeah, like I do, I'm gonna hop right in. Typically I would start with the starts, but I didn't actually start anything over the past couple weeks. It's just been really busy, and I also got sick, like really sick, so I have just been kind of taking it easy. All right, my first whip is Sarah Moon 1791. This is a Stitchy Box sampler pattern, so you can get the PDF or the paper chart off of Stitchy Box. They have a website. I got my fabric from Hollis Hand Creates. It's Dirt Track by Fox and Rabbit. I'm stitching it on a 40 count 1/2. I also do have a conversion for the flosses, which I promise I'll actually do a down bar this week. Last week I meant to do one and then I got so sick that I just never got to it. But I have this beautiful conversion, which is a Vicki Clayton Silks pack, and she does provide the full pack now on her website. I ordered these floss drops off of Amazon because I felt like the size of the whole of them was going to make it to where the silks held on pretty tightly. And I will say that they have. I've taken this in my car to stitch on it at the parent pickup and drop off, and I don't feel like they're getting too loose. And I feel like the major factor of that is the fact that this piece here is so thin that the silk can really grip onto it. So I know that I've had people ask me, like, how do you keep your silks floss dropped? Because every time I do it, they fall right off, because these are very, very soft silks. They're definitely the softest that I've ever felt. They're very, very pleasurable to work with because they are just so smooth, you know, not a knot in sight. Okay, they're amazing, but the colors are beautiful. I'm really, really thankful to Victoria from Vicki Clayton because she actually sent me this when I'd reached out to her about making me the pack. So thank you again, I really appreciate it. So this will be linked in the down bar if you're interested in starting this along with us, because this is a sal that myself, Bridget the Museum Stitcher, Cam the Stitcher, and Marjorie from Marjorie Made are all taking part in, and it is just hashtag Sarah Moon Sal. And I didn't do very much since last. I think I just stitched, I don't even know if I have a picture, to be honest, but I think I just added a little bit to this motif, and I think that's it. And as you can see, Dirt Track is just beautiful. It's a wonderful modeled fabric. Not too cool tone, not too warm tone. It's a great neutral. I know Fox and Rabbit fabrics can be a bit pricey. They definitely are for me. I just agree when I was talking to Bridget about it that this color is so unique that it was definitely worth it for me to order it for the project. So her and I are both using the silks from Victoria Clayton, but Cam the Stitcher, she is just my conversion queen. She is so good at doing color conversions. She came up with a color conversion for this. I'm gonna pop a picture on the screen here, and in the down bar, I'm gonna link to an Instagram post that also has that information so that it's readily available for you guys. But she has kind of more of like a 90s witchy goth vibe. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just stunning. It's bright, there's subtle colors, there's muted colors, it's really, really pretty. So she's doing her own take on it, and Marjorie is also using that conversion. So yeah, if you wanted to join in, feel free, and you'll have to let me know, you know, which one you're picking. Are you gonna do the called fors? Are you gonna do DMC? Are you gonna do Cam's conversion? It's been a really fun one. Let's see, I actually took notes this week, so I've been very good. But I actually knit my daughter a beanie, but this was actually the 1st of December, and I did end up joining the Jingle Ball, so I'll have a Jingle Ball recap at the end. I didn't do very much because that's the weekend that I got sick, but this was the first day of Jingle Ball, and I worked on my Seasons of Friendship piece. Is from a shop called Dying to Stitch. Sorry, I had to just look over the back paper to figure out what the shop's name was. But it's a beautiful project. I'm not sure if they have any left because I know that they probably only get like a limited quantity at a time. I'm stitching mine 1/2 on a 40 count Zweigart antique white, so very basic fabric. The reason why I chose such a basic fabric is because I am using a very fun floss. And this floss is from Color and Cotton, which I'm obsessed with Color and Cotton flosses now. They're amazing. They're so soft. They're like silk. They're so soft. I mean, just the experience of stitching with them is amazing. So you can see here, there's just a beautiful variegation to this red. It is stunning. This is Dracula by Color and Cotton. Last time I checked, which was about a week or two ago, I think it was right after I had filmed last, they were out of stock. So I'm not sure if it'll be in stock or not, but if they are, I'll link them down below because I had a couple people reach out to me about the color. It's just so pretty. I'd ordered way too many, and if you watch Sarah W, I ended up gifting her my extras because I was like, I do not need all these, and I'm pretty sure after this huge piece, I will never want to stitch with a red floss again. So I asked her if she would want them, and she had never used Color and Cotton flosses, so I was really excited to send those on over to her. And if you haven't checked her out, definitely go check out her YouTube channel because she started a beautiful project with her Dracula flosses, and she's amazing. She's such a good person. She's so fun to watch, and like she's just an enjoyable person to just sit down and stitch with, because that's what I feel like when I'm watching her channel, is like I'm sitting down with a friend and I'm just stitching away, listening to her talk about something that we both love, which is stitching. So I'll link her channel below so you guys can go check her out. But here is my progress. So I did get pretty far on this, and you can see I have added some initials. So if you follow me on Instagram, which of course will be linked below, I ended up doing a little like question on Instagram where people could send me their initials if they were I was gonna say December baby, but that's not true, a winter baby, because this is the winter quadrant of the piece, and I just literally don't know enough people to fill out all of this, right? So for instance, this is Marjorie. I put it in on her birthday, which was the 3rd of December. So Marjorie made on Flosstube, if you want to go over and say hello to her, wish her a happy birthday. I know it's a little late now. SS here is Stephanie from Just Keep Stitchin'. I love her so very much. She's just my precious baby angel. EB is Elizabeth. This is her new initials. So this is her initials after she just got married. Elizabeth is Frizzy Lizzy Stitches. If you haven't heard of her, she's amazing. Definitely go check her out as well. And then it's funny, I actually had Carrie from Tiger Lily Designs. I had her right here, but I hadn't stitched this motif yet. So I didn't realize that this piece dropped down so close to that motif that she wouldn't fit there. So sorry, Carrie, but you're gonna get squeezed in somewhere else. But yeah, it's been really fun. So if you do want to participate, you want your initials, specifically yours, not someone else that you just know, but your initials on my piece, because that's what I would love to have, is if you are a winter child, a winter baby, leave me your initials in the comment section. I am keeping a list, so I have a running list right now of a few people who, well, quite a few that I need to add on, and I have their initials and everything. So I do have everyone's initials that sent them in my Instagram, and I am going to try to fit all of them in if I can, but I figured I'll ask in my YouTube as well, because it's just been really fun. And also, like, I'm trying to include people that I've really talked to, or I've met, or I really have, you know, like some kind of relationship or bond with. And I do feel like I definitely have really good relationships with a lot of you guys who watch my channel, because we communicate over the past year, you know, we talk in the comment section, and I've gotten to know so many of you guys, and so many of you guys have gotten to know me and become a huge part of my life. Like, you guys are my friends, you're my family, you're my precious angels. So there. But yeah, that's been a really fun one. The next project I worked on was also a Jingle Ball. This is Rose Quaker. So I'll pop a picture on the screen of the pattern. I'm also gonna link this one in the down bar, just a direct link to where you can go buy the pattern, because I believe it's a German or a Dutch, I don't remember, company, but the name is really long of the designer themselves, and I don't know the correct pronunciation of it, and I don't want to butcher it, so I will just link it directly below. But this is one that I've had in my stash, and it was a pick-a-whip for me because I do participate in Pick-a-Whip, which is the brainchild of Marjorie Made. If you are more interested in learning a little bit about that, definitely check out her channel or her Instagram, and because she does usually post to her story what the Pick-a-Whip was, so you'll see at least some hints and clues about the next Pick-a-Whip. Her last video, she just pulled a new one, so I need to pick my project for that. But the last pick whip was an alphabet. So I pulled out Rose Quaker because it does have a full alphabet in it. I'll pop a picture on the screen here of where I was. I know this is a Bestitch Me fabric. I think it's a 36 or a 40 count, but I cannot remember what the fabric name was. And I seem to have misplaced the actual little tag of the fabric. So I'm really sorry. It's a really good neutral though. Maybe not another sampler, maybe something like that. I know it was one of the fabric of the months though, so I'm not sure if it's a permanent one or not, but yeah, I kind of just jumped around in a bunch of different motifs, and I'm really, really happy with this, which is funny because I had originally started this on a completely different fabric. I started it on Atomic Ranch Weathered Stone. Love that fabric. It ended up being completely different count and size than what I needed. So I bought it, it said it was a 40 count, I counted it, it's really like a 32 count, so there was no way that this Rose Quaker, which is a pretty large piece, was going to fit on it, unfortunately. So I had to pick all those stitches out, and I pulled out this from Stash, and it does fit perfect, but kind of a bummer on that. But now getting some more stitches into it, I do really like it. At first I wasn't sure, because I wasn't sure if it was just too brown with all these pink and brown beigey shades, but I really like it. And here are all the DMCs. So this is just the called for DMC. I do feel like some of these are unnecessary. Like there's some that are just one DMC number away from each other, but it just adds to the piece. They're beautiful. I mean, you can see there, like these two look very similar. A couple of these lighter pinks look very similar, but they are really beautiful. And I have these on Adam Hart floss drops. I really like the Adam Hart floss drops. I just don't know if it's going to be a permanent solution for me because I have so many of my other floss drops in my stash, but I do highly recommend them because they're nice and sturdy. They're pretty thick, and they're just, yeah, they're really beautiful too. So they're aesthetically pleasing to use. But yeah, those are all the flosses. I got some decent progress on this one, and I'm definitely going to put this one away just because Pick a Whip is now over. This feels more like a February project to me, so I might bring it back out in February, but that's probably gonna be a crazy month, so we'll see. Next project I worked on, I actually ended up taking the day off of work because I got so sick that there was no way I was going to work. And I started and finished my portion of Cam's project for the round robin that we're doing. So we're doing a round robin. I'll link all the ladies below that are in the round robin. So if you're interested, it'll say round robin, and then it'll just be a list of a bunch of different gals. Those are my Stitchy besties. Those are definitely people that I consider very close friends. I absolutely love and adore them. And I had Cam's this last week, and I stitched hers in a day. It was like, I sat down on the couch. I started watching The Tudors, which is like this show that came out in, gosh, I don't even know when, but I love that show. It's definitely like a comfort show for me because I've watched it so many times. And I also just love Tudor history. Even though it's not accurate, I don't care. I don't even care. I love it. So I've watched like probably 3 episodes of The Tudors, which is bad because I never watch that much TV. And I just sat down and I stitched that entire time. So I do have a picture of Cam's project, and I'll pop it here because I honestly can't remember the name. So I'll have on the screen here as well because I know it's a Mo Sale Silk, which was so nice to work with, which made me even more excited to start the Quaker piece that I have kitted up with Mo Sale Silk. My coughing and sneezing fit has passed, so sorry for that weird break. I actually forgot what I was talking about. The round robin. Okay, so yeah, I got all of my portion finished. I sent it off to the next person in line for me, who is Alexis from Alexis_My_Amazing_World, and she would have gotten that on not this last Monday, but the Monday prior. So it's already out of my all done. And then I actually received 2 of the next round robins that we have. So I'm just gonna show these because I have them. So the first one here is from Marjorie. This is Marjorie Maid's project, and hers is stitched on 32 count vellum by Picture This Plus. She's using DMC 3860, Weeks Dye Works Clockwork Orange, and she's stitching it 2/2. And each one of us is stitching our own floss color. So I saved a couple skeins of my floss in stash. I'm gonna go grab one when I start hers, and I will have the next flower that'll be underneath this first one. So mine will be right there. Really excited for this one because it's just been a fun fade of watching everyone's colors. So this is Marjorie's color, Clockwork Orange. This is Cam's color, which was Cranberry Bread by Moselle Silk. This is, oh, what was the floss name? I can't remember the floss. Tourmaline, pink tourmaline, is that it? It was a Dinky Dye Silk from Maddie. And then this was Elizabeth's, which is a DMC. I just can't remember the DMC number off the top of my head. But Elizabeth and I are both doing blue. So mine is gonna be a variegated blue right below this orange, which I think is really gonna pop because blue and orange are opposites on the color wheel. So they're complementary colors. But yeah, hers is stunning. I just absolutely love it and I'm really excited. Yeah, honestly, the biggest goal for me is that I don't want to have anyone's project when my son is born because I don't want to have to be worried about stitching, first of all, and I also don't want to have to be worried about getting a project off to somebody in the mail. So I'm really trying to bust through these and get everyone their projects as soon as possible. The next one I have here is, this is 36 count Bramble by Picture This Plus, and she is using Color and Cotton Patchwork, which is this beautiful purple floss. I absolutely love it. I definitely want to order some of this because it's so pretty. She has a few skeins in here and also a beautiful floss drop. Isn't that so pretty? But hers is really far. So the next motif will be this one right here and I'll be stitching on that one. I'm so excited. It looks so good. I just can't wait to see some more progress on all of these, and mine included, because I absolutely love this piece. And it's using like fabric, mine personally, I'm using fabric that I got from StitchCon, which is really special to me. And I'm also using Dinky Dye Silks, which are really special to me because I get those from pretty much every time I order them. I get them from Hollis Hand Creates. She's my favorite shop. I love Christine, that's the owner. She's just an amazing person. She's wonderful, she's beautiful. Highly recommend her if you're looking to do some shopping. I'll link her shop below. She's just great. The only other thing I have done in the past couple weeks is actually just knitting. So I have been knitting away. I'll start though with what I'm wearing. This is a sweater that I knit, gosh, probably 3 years ago now, and it's using Holst Super Soft, just held single. And I think I knit it on like a US either 4 or, yeah, I think like a US 4 needle, and I love the density of the fabric. It's not see-through at all, it's just beautiful. This is the colorway Pine, I wanna say, and then this is the colorway that I'm actually using for a sweater I'm knitting right now, Nougat, as the off color. I really like this sweater. I honestly wanna knit another one in a size bigger, just so it's a little bit more oversized and comfy, and I would add short rows to the back. This is a free pattern on Ravelry, so I'll link it down below. I think it's called Winter Me, if I can remember right. But yeah, I really like it. It's just a basic little sweater, nothing special, but I really enjoy knitting it, and it was a pretty quick knit as well. So yeah, love that. And what I have been working on, I knit a bunny for my daughter. It was a little stuffed animal. She's already taken it, stolen it, don't know where it's at. I have a picture of her. Well, actually, I have a picture of the bunny in her coat pocket because she takes it to school sometimes. Well, she takes it to my car. I don't let her take toys into the actual school itself, but she had like stuffed it into her pocket. So I'll pop a picture on the screen of that. So I did this little hand knit bunny. This is an over dyed like Yoshi and Lucy yarn that I held double, and it's just what I had in stash. From there, I knit my husband another hat, of course, and that one's already gone. What's new? He really likes red. This hat though, it turned out a little bit too small, so I don't know if he's actually going to use this one. I might end up being able to snag it back at some point because I really wanted a red beanie. So this is just a plain red hat. If I have a picture of it, I'll post one. If not, I knit him a red one. And you know what? I just realized I'm knitting another hat and I need to go grab it. Works in progress. I have this lime green hat because my husband has a niece. She is 9 years old, and she, when we were at the Thanksgiving party for his family, had mentioned that she would really like some hats. And so I was like, okay, say no more. And I got online onto Webs and ordered up some yarn. She picked out some colors, and this was one of the colors she picked. So this is my hat pattern. I just adjust it personally to make it the size that I think will fit for her. And that just means decreasing, like taking some stitches out. It's all having to do with knitting math. I'm not going to get into that. I just know the pattern off the top of my head, and I know how to make it work for smaller heads. So essentially I knit until about 5 to 6 inches, so you can see I'm getting pretty close to it. And then I'm going to whip stitch. This is my starting edge. I'm going to whip stitch it together with my working row, and I'll get a double knit brim, and then I'll just continue knitting for the crown and do the decreases and all of that good stuff. So yeah, she picked this lime green. That is the next color, and I'll definitely have enough yarn left to knit another hat, like an adult size, so I'm gonna knit my husband one as well, because this is like the Seahawks green, the color of their jerseys right now, those like lime green ones. So I figured I'll knit him one of those. The progress that I got on my sweater is what I'll talk about next. So I'm gonna pop a picture on the screen here. This is the sweater pattern. This is a pattern by Skein Knits. She is a Norwegian sweater designer, and she also has a podcast here on YouTube, and I think it's called Skein Knits. Sorry, I'm still feeling pretty sick, so it's hard for me to talk a lot. But last time I showed it to you guys, I was at this red stitch marker here. Sorry, it's so tiny. And I have completed actually the entire like lice stitch panel, which this is lice stitch. This like the black dots on the gray backdrop, that is lice stitch. This right here is where I will cut up the entire cardigan. So that's called a steek panel. And yeah, you just cut right into it. I am using a really rustic wool. I'm using Holst Super Soft held double. It's a comfortable wool for me, so I don't mind it. But yeah, I'm starting the next colorwork panels up at the top now. So these are actual like motifs rather than just the lice stitches. But yeah, this has been really enjoyable. Really fun. This is the back. It's definitely going to be oversized. I'm knitting like the 9th size, so it's going to be really oversized for me. I think it might actually fit my husband, which is totally fine. He can wear it outside. This panel here is just all like all knit, and I will sew that underneath to create like a nice dense bottom row that will like weight itself down, and it won't fold so awkwardly. So that's why it always looks like it's rolling. It's just because it's held double. Whole Super Soft is plenty thick to be knitting on a US 4 needle, especially considering I knit this like held single on a US 4, maybe even a US 6 to be honest, and it's so it's quite dense, but I like that. So yeah, I really am enjoying this. I've been knitting on this while we watch the Vikings at night, because we randomly started watching the Vikings and now we can't stop. As far as acquisitions go, Daniel's niece picked out this blue yarn. So this is just Cascades Heritage. It's what I like to use for hats. I feel like it's a really good fingering weight. I bought a cream colored one, and I also got myself a just bright red, because I really wanted like a bright Christmas red hat. Not necessarily just to wear for Christmas, I would wear it all year round, but I love this color red, so I've snagged that since I was already getting a couple of other yarns for her to knit her some hats. So that is all my acquisitions. The only thing I ordered was the yarn, because I have been trying to not spend as much on cross-stitching supplies. You guys know my goals, which pretty much are just like shop from stash next year, start from stash next year, and have very minimal starts next year when it comes to cross-stitching. So I also really want to participate all year round on Pick-a-Whip. That's my favorite like way of choosing projects right now, is definitely Pick-a-Whip by Marjorie Maid. So if you're interested in learning about that, go check her out. But I do have like Jingle Ball recap. So I did end up joining Jingle Ball super last minute. I think I was talking to Sarah. I'll link her channel below, Sarah W. She's amazing. I love her channel so much. I love her. She's just such a good human. Highly recommend checking her out if you haven't already. She's just so enjoyable to watch, but she knows I love her. So I think I was talking to her, and she was saying that she was gonna go, and I work 6 days a week, so I was like, I don't know if it's really worth it. But then I realized like the Jingle Ball tickets are only $10, and I was like, I might as well do it. So when I got home from work Friday night, I logged on in, and I found the girls, and we all just had a blast. It was so much fun. I think almost all of us were able to make it that Friday night, except for I think Cam was busy that night. So I don't think she did. Yeah, she was out of town, so she didn't do the Jingle Ball, but all the rest of us were able to. So it was just really fun, and it was a blast. But I ended up getting super sick that weekend, and I've actually been sick pretty much since then. So that's really sucked. But I was able to, at least like the Saturday I still worked, and then obviously still came home and did the Jingle Ball again, but I was just like bouncing around rooms essentially and talking a lot less because I wasn't feeling very well. And then Sunday I was really sick, so I barely talked the entire time, but maybe you caught me just bouncing around room to room. I'm so sorry too if you couldn't hear me. I didn't realize, but my mic wasn't working for like half of Sunday. So it would look like I would join a room and just say absolutely nothing. Apologies for that. I literally would join a room and I'd be like folding laundry and stuff, so my camera would be off, but the mic wasn't working, so you couldn't even hear me when I was trying to engage in conversation. So I tried to fix it a few times, but it just kept giving me troubles. And then the more sick I got, the later into the day, I ended up just logging off and never getting back in, which really was a bummer, but it was totally worth it for me just to enjoy Friday night with the girls, and being able to meet some of you guys that watch our channels was really great. From there, honestly, we've just been busy working, Daniel and I both. We work a lot, so it's just been, you know, work. Amira had her very first school dance. It was like a glow stick theme dance, so it was really fun for her. She had a great time. I have some pictures of her, so I'll pop one that's just of her. On the screen, you can't even see her because it was so dark in the auditorium where they had it, but the parents were able to stay and stick around because obviously, you know, it's just a bunch of 5-year-olds, but they were having a blast. It was so much fun to watch her interact with her little friends. This weekend, actually, I took 2 days off, so I have today, Saturday, off, which is unusual for me lately, but I have it off because Amira has her very first little birthday party with a school friend, so she's very excited. So we're taking her this afternoon to go to her friend's house to celebrate her friend's birthday party, and she's really excited about that. So it's definitely just been fun. She starts winter break here soon, and that's gonna be fun and exciting. I have a good chunk of time off of work. I only have a few days next week that I work, and then I'm off. Monday the 18th is my next doctor's appointment, and I'm hoping to get a better look, maybe another ultrasound, to see how our son is developing. And I'm, you know, staying positive and hoping for the best with the whole situation with our son. I'm hoping as well that we can get told if the cyst has gone away. So I'm gonna see what she says about doing an ultrasound on Monday, if she has time to squeeze me in to get that done, my doctor, I mean. So we'll see. But yeah, if you guys could just, you know, send positive vibes and a prayer towards my son for Monday, in the hopes that, you know, in the hopes that the cyst on his brain is gone, and in the hopes that, you know, he's developing like a healthy baby. And I'm just trying to, you know, stay positive. And thank you so much if you're someone who's reached out to me in the past couple weeks to see how I'm doing. Honestly, it's really hard, but all you can do is be positive, and all you can do is have faith in whatever that faith may be, you know? Like, someone might be like, oh, have faith, and that to you could be having faith in God, in Jesus, and whatever. But it could also just be having faith in goodness and in kindness and in hope of things being fine and well. So I respect and appreciate all of your guys' kind words towards me and my son, because it's definitely been a hard time. So trying to be the best mom I can be for my daughter. It's the Christmas season. I'm very excited for her to have Christmas this year. It'll be her last Christmas by herself, but it's a really fun one because she's 5. She was able to ask Santa for exactly everything she wanted, which is really fun because, you know, all the previous years, she's never really been able to tell us, you know, she never really could communicate. Like, it would just be like, I want a Barbie or something. But, you know, now she's 5. She's like, I want this exact Gabby's dollhouse place, you know? So it's really fun for us. And it's been very fun for Santa to do the shopping. Very fun. Well, for Santa to tell the elves to build. Yeah, so everything has just been as good as it can be, I suppose. And we're always very lucky and feeling very blessed. But if you have stuck around to the end, thank you so very much. And I hope you guys have a wonderful next couple of weeks. I will probably catch you after Christmas. I am going to do them in end of year whip parade though, so I will put that out sometime in the next month, you know, it'll be out there. But thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so very much, and have a great day. Bye. It's a brand new dishwasher. It's that loud. When you reach that stage of pregnancy where you're just out of breath all the time, that's me right now. I had to take a brief interlude. My husband texted me and I thought like it was gonna be like, do you want anything from McDonald's? But it was just talking about a necklace, boring.